what has sort of your experience been coming into this spring, and what was it kind of like going through last season?
Last season, well, obviously I was injured the whole season because of surgery. So last season I really just wanted to take away the learning aspect of the game and just study film and learn as much as I could and kind of be on the sideline and just soak it all in from what I was seeing on the sideline on the field. And going into the spring, I told Coach, I'm going to go in here. I'm going to try to be an asset that they can use, whether it's signal calling, whether it's going out in the field. I'm going to compete for the job, but I was trying to be an asset that they could have complete for signal calling, whatever it is. I just want to be that guy who's a positive, has a positive attitude, and just go out there and work at everything I do, no matter what it was at. And but I was coming in with a mindset to get the job and work for that starting job and compete like I had it. And Jake's a great QB, and I know he's a good guy. We get along very well, and it's going to be a fun competition. And so.
How much do you kind of learn about the game being part of that group that's signaling in the plays?
Yeah, I think you learn a lot more if you want to. You can just signal and then just leave it alone. But signaling, you get the idea of you got to learn the play and you got to know the plays, because if you're fake signaling, you got to know how to do that. And when you're in there and you're signaling, you know the play that's going to be called, so you can look at the defense and what they're running, and you can just run through your mind and visualize it, how you would do it and how you see it. And I think it helps you mentally with the game.
And how much do things kind of change for you with Brandon moving on?
More reps, and just because me and him were competing on the second team, and I think that's going to be the biggest difference, is just getting more reps and getting, pretty much that's it, more reps and just getting more prepared.
Where do you feel like your knowledge of this offense, this scheme, all that, is it where you want it to be right now, or how has it improved?
It's definitely improved. It's not where our coaches would love it. Not for all of the QBs. We're trying to get to the point where we can pretty much dictate our offense as we want, and we would like to get there. But right now, we're over that year learning curve that we had last year, and trying to keep things basic and learn them. But now we're trying to get to where we're more advanced in step 2 in the phase of learning the offense, and I think we're definitely getting there, and we're learning a lot more than we have last year, and we're over that learning curve.
What ways do you feel like the offense does maybe change, not just for you but for everybody, as y'all maybe install more on top of what you put in last year?
I just think you can add new concepts. I just think with the new concepts you can do a lot more. You can do more formational stuff, and that gives us a more dynamic on the offense, and I think that's going to help us going on with the future, and especially in the SEC.
What kind of frustration was there kind of going through last season and not being able to play? And are there any moments where you kind of wonder where the career is going? Or?
The only frustration was I love this game and I worked really hard at it, and not being on the field and getting the opportunity. That's probably the biggest frustration, just because I love the game, and obviously we all want to be out there. But other than that, I don't really see any frustration. I see everything that I do as a learning experience. Whether it's school, whether it's life, whether it's dating, whatever, I think there's a learning curve to everything, and I think you get something from everything, and I want to go with the positive attitude, whether it's football, whether it's I want to go to law school, so whether it's learning to get there, whatever it is, I just want to be a positive attitude and be that guy who everybody can look at and be like, hey man, he loves what he does.
What went through your mind when you found out that Brandon was transferring?
I was a little shocked. I didn't see it coming, because especially with baseball. But, I understand where he's coming from, and I understand where he wants to be, and I don't blame him. I know he wants to do the best for his career, and, I wish him best of luck wherever he goes.
How quickly did that become I'm the number 2 guy now, this is my next?
It definitely, once I saw it, because I didn't even see it until Perry texted me. He was like, hey, did you hear about that? And I was like, no, what happened? He's like, go look at Twitter. And then Brandon, I saw that, and so, and then I was like, whoa, he's like, man, you better get ready. And I was like, yeah, I know, because it's going to be a long season. It's going to be a lot of reps, and I got to be ready for whatever comes.
What's the prospect of that like, given your layoff from last year?
I think just getting back in the flow of playing the game is going to be the biggest, because I've been out a year, and that can definitely just being more comfortable with everything that affects you. But I think getting the more reps now that I'm going to have with Brandon gone, I think I'm going to be really comfortable. I'm going to get there where I need to be. But that's just going to come with preparation and mental preparation and film study and everything that I need to do right. So it's going to be on my part to be ready for that.
Is there a part of you that welcomes that number 2 role?
Yeah, it's definitely a step in the right direction for me. But I take everything that's given to me as an opportunity, and I want to take this opportunity and just prepare for it because anything can happen. I'm one step away, one injury away, which hopefully nothing happens to Jake. But I want to be ready for anything that happens, and I want to prepare myself where I can step into that number one role and take it over and lead this offense to where we need to be.